and welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is on regression basics in data. If you are like myself and are new to the regression world or correlation causal analysis, you are at the right place, because in this video I'm going to explain where to start from, how to do the regression diagnostics, the first step in any regression analysis, even if you use data or any other software like SPSS, SAS, you must perform a regression diagnostics. Then I explain the basic difference between correlational and causal analysis, because this is the part where most of us get confused when we are new to this concept. Types of correlational regression models, types of causal regression models I call, but it's causal analysis, which inculcates the concept of regression models. And then I would eventually describe what are the steps to perform if you have a data and somebody tells you to do a regression analysis with it. The first step to any regression analysis is you first do a data summary. Then go on performing a basic regression analysis, which is an OLS, and then you do a specification analysis, which lets you know if there's an omitted variable bias, if there's heteroscedasticity, and is there a violation of any regression rules, which needs to be taken care of. Then the next step is, after you run the regression diagnostics, you have to run a final regression analysis model, which is informed by your regression diagnostics you perform in the first step. I'll explain it in other videos on how to do it in Stata. This is just a presentation in order to give you guys a heads up that what are the steps I'm gonna do in Stata. How would I know which regression model to choose? So it depends on the research question you want to answer, and your data has all the variables to answer your question. Sometimes I usually personally I got so confused initially that what's the difference between correlation and causal. So here's the magic. Correlational doesn't mean causal, but although causal does mean correlation, it's not the otherwise. Correlation is basically if you want to know an association, like is lung cancer associated with smoking? But keep in mind, association means there's just a relation. It is not established that surely just smoking causes lung cancer. There's a minor difference, but it means a huge difference in terms of the concepts of correlation and causal analysis. Causal analysis, on the other hand, causal means effect, which means does a specific type of treatment, be it surgery or radiotherapy, impact on lung cancer survival? So is radiotherapy more effective than the surgery, which increases or decreases number of overall survival months? So the correlational regression model are of different types. This is not an exhaustive list, but just to give you guys a heads up, there are lots of regression models out there, but I have categorized here what each means. They all depend on the type of or nature of your dependent variable or the outcome variable you choose to answer. Ordered probit and logit model, which means your outcome variable is a Likert scale or rating or ranking or grading. Is it ABC or 1, 2, 3? Binary outcome model, on the other hand, are some of the examples are probit, logit, OLS. This means the nature of your outcome variable or dependent variable is yes or no response. Limited dependent variable models are Tobit, Craig's model, Heckman's model, Hurdle model, which is a two-part model, or Craig's model. In this, your dependent variable or your outcome variable is censored or truncated, which means your dependent variable has a limit beyond which there is no observation in your data, which is, in other terms, a censored or truncated data. A multinomial logit and probit model are mixed conditional logit and other types of multinomial logit and probit models, excuse me. In this, your outcome variable is unordered multiple category or choices or alternatives, which can be like your outcome variable is types of lung cancer, which is it is adenocarcinoma, it is squamous cell carcinoma, it is large cell carcinoma. So these are the different types of histology. So let's say my outcome variable is types of lung cancer. Then in this case, you would use multinomial logit and probit model. The causal regression analysis is also a type of regression model, which this is not an exhaustive list again, but these are the main and mostly used causal regression analysis. It's instrumental variable, fixed effects panel data model. It also has lagged effect model. I'm going to show you in my channel with other videos how to do it in Stata. Difference in difference model, regression discontinuity, propensity score matching. So now you would be thinking, why different regression models? So correlational models, which we have identified, can identify a causal relationship only if you are sure that all the selection bias is considered in analysis. In other terms, it means that you know all the factors that affect your independent variable and also predicts your outcome variable. In my future videos, I'll explain what it means in my video for causal analysis. For now, so in a nutshell, when you have a data and somebody asks you to do a regression analysis, first thing you do is you ask a research question, which can be causal or correlational, like what is effect or association of, or what is the association between X and Y. Step 2 is, do you have all the variables? You have to look into the data and see that affect X and predicts Y, as I said prior. Can you do randomization with the given data? If not, that means there is a selection bias. There are confounding factors. So you would basically be doing a correlational analysis and not a causal analysis. If you don't have all the variables and if you don't know how to do a causal analysis. Step 3 is perform regression diagnostics, and then finally identifying the nature of your outcome variable in order to perform the final regression model after the first 3 steps. All right, thanks for watching this video.